Hello, my speech is about Jane Seymour, the third wife of King Henry VIII. Jane Seymour was the third wife of King Henry VIII. She is known for being the wife that died after childbirth. She died at about 12 days after giving birth to her son, Edward. She gave birth to the son that the king wanted so badly at the cost of her life. This son would go on to be King Edward VI. Jane Seymour was less educated than Henry's 6 other wives, and could only read and write a little, which was considered desirable at the time, because she knew better how to run a household than she knew how to read and write. She was only the queen for 18 months before her death. She was also the maid of honor of Catherine of Aragon at her wedding to the king more than 24 years earlier. And she was also the maid of honor at Anne Boleyn's wedding to King Henry VIII 24 years later. And was also Anne Boleyn's lady-in-waiting, which is how she gained the attention of the king. Jane got married to Henry just days after Anne Boleyn's beheading. It can be noted that Catherine of Aragon also died this very same year from what is speculated to be cancer of some sort. Jane became Henry's favorite wife, and when he died, he requested to be buried next to her. Jane Seymour captured Henry's heart with her sweet and charming nature. During her 18 months as queen, she was known to be a peacemaker and helped mend the broken and strained relationship between Princess Mary and King Henry, as Henry had declared Princess Mary illegitimate when he divorced her mother, Catherine of Aragon. When Jane died after giving birth to her son, Henry wore black for 3 months and gained a lot of weight during this time. He married Anne of Cleves 2 years later. When Henry died in 1547, King Edward VI became king at the age of 9 years old. Pretty young to be king. Because Jane Seymour died in childbirth doesn't mean she wasn't not important to the rule of King Henry VIII. Her legacy lives on today, in history, of course, and of course in the mega hit musical 6, where she is portrayed as a peacemaker, actually, because she does try to mend some things between a few of the other queens, like Catherine of Aragon and Anne Boleyn, because they keep feuding over who had it worse with Henry. And she also talks about how she loved Henry and also disqualifies herself from getting the title of Queen of the group. Thank you very much for your listening.